Hello, hello everyone. So we are a little earlier, or early. I guess earlier works too. Um, we're a little early, but that is okay. I just wanted to make sure the stream got up before the match actually went live. We have Obelisk number 59 finals. It's pretty hype. I'm actually excited to see these deck lists. The duelists decided that they were going to play. I think I was taking a nap earlier whenever they decided to play. They're like, yeah, we could play tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll be awake. Why not? We have from the winner's bracket Ghost Rider 15, who has been on an absolute tear. Of course, won FLC 38 recently with a new take on Chaos Turbo that I'm actually a fan of. And we have Alexander coming from the loser's bracket on Panda Burn. These two duelists actually played in the winners finals, and Ghost Rider picked up, I believe, a 2-0 there. So they have played in this Obelisk already. Ghost Rider able to take that down, and we'll see if maybe Alexander can bring it back to a bracket reset in this one, and we can get at least a couple of matches here. Of course, if Ghost Rider wins, it's going to be a short stream. If he wins the first one, it's going to be a short stream. Also, I'm doing this on my channel, so if I've got any of my subs here who have not checked out Ghost Rider's YouTube, you should do that. Ghost Rider posts a lot of retro content, plays Goat, plays Edison. Good stuff. Definitely go check that out. Drop a sub. But don't have any other communication going right now as far as when we are actually going to be starting. So we're just hanging out, listening to some nice chill Pokemon game tunes. Apparently you can't play Beatrice and Tour Guide together with 100 points. I honestly can't tell you what Beatrice does. I can tell you what Tour Guide does. I played through the Tour Guide days. I think the Genesis format's going to be cool. I don't know a lot of the newer cards, so if I was gonna try it out, I would have to check some of that stuff, but I would definitely be the person trying to build an FTK, though. Unfortunately, it cut my deck off on Dueling Book here. Usually for streams like this, I'll load up Library FTK as my default deck just to just to get people. I did that one time, and I think it was H&VB was like, we have library set to default. I'm like, yeah, I did that specifically for the stream. Okay, players say they are ready to go. Awesome. Love punctuality, being on time. Not that it would really matter to me if they were late. Things come up. I guess I'll have to put somewhere in the description of this video, once the VOD is actually on YouTube and it's not in the stream, that I'm doing Pokemon music. Not the biggest library FTK fan, but want to see someone do something cool with Royal Magical Library? Yeah, I would say most people are not library FTK fans. There we go. We've got the match. Awesome. Rooting for Panda. All right, we have one for Team Panda. Ghost Rider's Turbo deck is is actually pretty sick. We're playing Mask of Darkness, no Dekoichis, or at least from the FL list, no Dekoichis. I didn't see exactly what was going on. I watched a replay to figure out what the duelists were on. But here we are. Game 1. We also have, if people aren't familiar with the list, we have 3 copies of Time Seal and 3 copies of Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. At least that's what was in the FLC list, once again. Making sure stream is good. Stream's good. Send them the all good. Yeah, this is not typical Turbo. It is triple Time Seal, triple Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I don't remember. I've got it over here on the side. Yeah, there were no drop-offs in this version of the list. I know Ghost Rider has played with drop-off. But yeah, the trap lineup is 3 Jar of Greed, 3 Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Ring of Destruction, 3 Time Seal from the FLC winning deck list. It's pretty sick as far as Turbo goes, I think. Alright, looks like Alexander's going first here. We set a nice little unassuming back row. And then we go into the tank. Awesome. Alright, probably, figuring out how we want to sequence the face down monsters. What you set early on, of course, is very, very important for the burn deck. Always got to take Nobleman of Crossad into account. Delinquent Duo is going to be a great start for Ghost Rider, of course. As it often is, we hit a level limit area B. And we voluntarily discard a Panda. Okay. Thunder Dragon as well. Do we have a Graceful Charity? We could be out of here fairly quickly if that is the case. There's Upstart Goblin. It's not quite Graceful Charity, but could be a Graceful Charity with extra steps, right? Okay. 2 back row and a monster for Ghost Rider. Could be anything here. We know, of course, the 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. No other information for us right now. Asking one person to not open Trinity is like asking someone to not open Thunder Dragon. Yeah. At least it wasn't full Trinity. I can't remember like exact win statistics when opening Trinity. Delinquent Duo did have the highest, at least from what I can remember. But Trinity, it's beatable. Now, obviously, if your opponent just opens Thunder Dragon, Duo, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charities, it's going to be a very, very uphill battle. But Burn is actually one of those decks that's pretty well equipped to beat that because it doesn't fight quite as much on the card advantage axis, right? Morphing Jar is also a good card to help stabilize. So 2 of those cards were Thunder Dragons, of course, but Ghost Rider had 3 cards in hand, as Alexander only had the 1. So that's, I guess, a little bit better than parity. Ghost Rider does have Dark Light now, but Alexander's up on cards if you're looking into card advantage on just, raw numbers. We do have a Graceful Charity here. Giant True Nade hitting the bin. And I haven't gotten to commentate one of these in a while. The Obelisk that I was in, Obelisk 60, is getting close to being in the top 4 now. I'm not a part of that anymore, but I may have to stream that. Maybe we can get Obelisk 61 as well? finish out the season. What else did we discard off this Graceful Charity? I missed it because I was yapping. Oh, double Trunade. Okay. I'm not sure on exact numbers in these deck lists, so I don't know if we're on triple Giant Trunade or if that was all of them, but... Old Nightmare Wheel. And, oh, we had a set Heavy Storm for Ghost Rider, so that survived the Morphing Jar. That could potentially be really big. Burn, of course, can just have a ton of chainable back row, so we'll see. We'll see how much the Heavy Storm actually does here. What's up, Sam? Welcome in. Not a whole lot of lives, especially on YouTube. All of the YouTube live stuff is basically just for commentating, but yeah. Happy you made it in. All right, we do have a Ceasefire, and we have a Secret Barrel. Do we have any more? I mean, that's doing a good chunk already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're doing 18 with the barrel. Ceasefire presumably is doing 15, so that's almost half of Ghost Rider's life total. It might not be set 5. Oh, yeah, it might not be set 5 with Judgment. Burn doesn't often play Judgment in the main, but as you see here, like, everything is chainable. So we're still getting the value. We're dealing an extra 600 with the barrel now. So the 12 is 24 plus 15, 39. We'll put Ghost Rider to 31. Still thinking about this last one, though. If we have one more... we clearly don't have just desserts. We're going to ring the Morphing Jar. It deals a little bit more damage. It takes 500 away from the Ceasefire, but deals 700, so... Doing a huge chunk here. But everything does go away. Ghost Rider gets access to this face-down monster because the Nightmare Wheel is getting out of here. We'll see. You know, we'll see what the hand holds here. Okay. I guess getting access to the Night Assailant's not going to do much because it's not even attacking over the Sangan. Though Sangan, that could be pretty big. Sangan could get into some good stuff. Ghost Rider down at 3,300. 1 injection Fairy Lily attack. That could be good enough. Though, Ghost Rider with a Graceful Charity here. Already 19 cards into the deck. That's... I mean... Alexander's at 8,300, but we could just end it right here. Discard an Upstart. Yep. We go... We only have 1 dark, so gonna be tough, I suppose, to... Oh yeah, the Ojamas. Hold on. Let me send them a message. And there we go. Did we get the life points correct? We lost 700. 700 from the ring. 27, 30, 700. I can't remember if we got the secret barrel numbers correct or not, so it's pretty close at least. I want to say it is right. Because 2,000, yeah, I think 2,000 was pretty close, but good catch, Evan. The Evans putting our brain powers together. We'll figure it out. All right, so nothing, too devastating from Ghost Rider this turn. We used a Chaos Sorcerer to get rid of one of the Ojama tokens, left the Sangan alive. We do have 3 back row, but Alexander has the right burn spells here, or is able to push through a Panda, because looking at the FLC list, not a lot of protection for Ghost Rider. Okay, we have a face down monster. No back row, so maybe we've got a handful of monsters over here for the Burn player. That would not be ideal. Burn definitely wants to pick up game 1 in this matchup. I'm going to keep going back to the deck list here. That's why I have it pulled up. Well, it doesn't look like Ghost Rider's citing a whole lot for, like, dedicated burn hate. Which makes sense for tournaments here. Not a lot of burn has been showing up in tournaments recently. At least in the online ones. Okay, we do have a time seal activation after putting a card back on top. Love to see it. Just like, that's just, I'm going to throw out the T word. That is just tempo to the max. Yeah, no draw for Alexander here. I would say if we had an advantage bar, that it would be definitely getting over there on Ghost Rider's side. Was it 2,400 from Barrel? I don't know if I can shoot a message. But maybe too late. They could go back into the log. Okay, I sent a message over to Ghost Rider. We'll we'll see what happens with the damage. I'm not able to really rewind here, so I didn't get to look at it, but we did have, of course, the mishap with the Ojama token, so maybe things are a little off. All right, Ghost Rider's going to check the logs. Yeah. The ring on, I think you may be right. I think I did count 2,400 now that I think about it. So a little off there. They're gonna check the logs. They're gonna get it all figured out. Make sure we've got the life points correct. I don't think it's going to matter necessarily, but it was it was a big chain. A lot of things happen. So, sometimes sometimes things just, get missed a little bit. Especially in a manual simulator, right? Good if he rips Panda off the top. Well, it would have to be a set Panda. A Panda that was set previously, so... But yeah, that's true. It was 2200 when I played it and you jarred. Was it 22? So maybe it was 200? I don't know. It took 2000. Okay, so Alexander, I guess, had it, but Ghost Rider only took the 2000, so looks like we're getting that corrected. Awesome. Sorry about that. I totally missed the Ojamas, and I'm the one here talking about what's going on. Okay. All right, if they're looking at the logs and they're saying Ghost Rider should be at 31, that makes sense to me. Hopefully everything is corrected now. And we are all good to go. Thank you all for pointing things out whenever it happens. I don't always see everything, especially when I'm trying to interact with you all and all of that good stuff. But another Phoenix Wing Wind Blast here is just... Whew. Just look at this. This is brutal. Like, regular Chaos Turbo's not doing this to you. Yeah. And now we drop a BLS and, like, you're gonna draw a monster that you just set last turn. Cool. It's not a complete lock yet, because there's no Tsukuyomi. The Tsukuyomi's in the graveyard, or I guess it's banished now. But essentially, right? So if Alexander sets a monster, we can just get rid of it with BLS. We know there's a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, so if you draw into Panda an attack, or Rat an attack, sure. Yeah, just just let Alexander take the 1600 here. What do? You go grab whatever, and then Phoenix Wing Wind Blast is like, back to the top. Try again next turn. Though I guess, like, this could be just the sickest Mirror Force sandbagged in hand of all time, and Alexander just sets it, and Ghost Rider gets absolutely blown out. That's 3,300. So it actually... This Panda doesn't even have a lethal attack here. That's wild. Yep. Wing Blast it. Back to the top. That's fine. Normal summon's already gone. Yeah, we're just going to pack it up here. So... just the one Mask of Darkness, man, that was... Ugh. Wing Blast plus Time Seal? Oh, man. You know, if there's ever been a time for me to sleeve up Turbo, might be this. Might be this. I'd have to get some more ulti Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but, you know. Might be worth it. Sup, Load of the Hero? Welcome in. I believe Alexander activated the Nightmare Wheel on Ghost Rider's standby, right? And the Nightmare Wheel deals damage on the Nightmare Wheel's controller's standby phase. So I don't think the 500 was missed from Nightmare Wheel there. All right, game 2. We're locking in. We're not going to miss anything. It doesn't matter if there are 8 cards in a chain. We're getting it all right here. But I believe they fixed the whole life point discrepancy. It did not matter at all. Whatever was going on there. Ghost Rider, I mean, just had a lock on the game for quite a while. Here we see Ojama Trio be activated. We do have the Ojamas on the board. And here comes Upstart Goblin. So I would imagine we've got a Just Desserts chilling back here for Alexander. Or you may wait on the Ojama Trio. If you do have the desserts, you got to activate the Ojama Trio first, just in case your opponent does play the Heavy Storm. All right, we just see a couple of sets for Ghost Rider. Nothing big going on just yet. And just another set from Alexander. Okay. The Drago game, I imagine, is going to favor the burn player here. Now, there's Duo, but Duo is just a 1-for-1 in this game, so that's not too bad. Just takes out a giant Trunade. And there's the first time seal of game 2. We're going to set a Mask of Darkness. No, just a couple more back row. Okay, so no draw for Alexander here. Do we activate anything, or do we... Nope, we just passed the turn, so... We've got a complete time walk there. Ghost Rider picks up Thunder Dragon. See how we can make use of that. No dark in the graveyard yet. Another Jar of Greed. And Graceful Charity. Okay, that's pretty strong. Thunder Dragon into Graceful Charity. Always, it feels soul crushing when you're on the other side of it. It's just like, they pick up the Thunder Dragons and you're like, yeah, that's good, but like, I can account for 2 dead cards in the hand, and you're just like, never mind. And we did opt to just pitch Thunder Dragons. We have Tribe here, which can take out the Ojama tokens, of course. Maybe time to fire off some Just Desserts if we've got them. Just flip 3 Just Desserts in response. Win the game. Easy. There's a barrel. There's a Just Desserts. Is that it? That's 3,800. Yep, 2,000 from the Just Desserts. Barrel, 18. Okay. And then 900 more from the tokens. Ghost Rider already down to 23, so like, this is kind of what I was saying by the Drago game favors burn. If you're not putting any pressure on their life total, especially while you're activating Upstart Goblin, you just give them all kinds of opportunities, inevitability to start drawing into burn spells. But we do have a dark in the graveyard for Ghost Rider now, so maybe we can get a Chaos Monster down, start applying some pressure. I'm not going to do that this turn, though. Just an attack with Tribe. And we're going to Nightmare Wheel it, okay? Almost in ring range, indeed. We're almost in Magic Cylinder range as well. Oh, we have another Night Assailant to go with this Tribe? Okay. Alright, so we're not taking any damage from Nightmare Wheel. That's pretty big. But we do lose our offense. So, alright, another time seal. No more draws for you, Alexander. Do we have anything in those back row that we want to activate? No, we're just going to pass the turn again. Okay. Back on over to Ghost Rider. 2,300 life points. Alexander's at 9,000. We know about Night Assailant in hand. Oh, we're going to Wing Blast. Okay. And it's not a chainable. Wow. Here comes Sork. I'm pretty sure I saw from one of the replays I watched, Alexander is playing Magic Cylinder. Can we rip it off right here? Not slamming it, so no. Okay. All right, Sook coming down. Flip the Sork down. Don't hate that. We know Alexander is not drawing a monster, so you don't have to set that Night Assailant. Oh, we do have Nightmare Wheel, though. Okay. So we're making sure we get in that 500 points of damage. And that Sork is locked face down. So we got a 4-turn clock going here with just the Nightmare Wheel. We know 2 cards in Ghost Rider's hand are Night Assailant and Tsukuyomi. Both of which aren't amazing. Upstart Goblin going back up to 7,700. A nice healthy life total. Nobleman of Crossout, our own Chaos Sorcerer. Love it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. What did we draw here? It'd be really scary if you draw into... Oh, Sangan. Kind of hoping that's Night Assailant. No, it's... Ooh, Mask of Darkness. Okay. Okay, so... We have full information on the hand. We've got Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast, Night Assailant, Tsukuyomi. The Wing Blast is going to go pretty hard here. Because Night Assailant just picks up another Night Assailant. Sangan's really good here. If Ghost Rider had set the Night Assailant, well, I guess you've got the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast to deal with anything, but then you wouldn't have your Night Assailant in hand. So you would actually have to give up a minus. All right, T-set. Could be the Tsukuyomi. That would make sense to me. There is one unknown card here, but Exiled Force off the top could go hard here. Really looking for any burn as well. Be interesting to see how this turn plays out. Because, I mean, you could almost guarantee it's not the Night Assailant face down, right? So, if you attack, you lose 400, the suit probably sets itself? Yeah, I don't hate attacking, I guess, just to get the information. Maybe it's something new that Ghost Rider drew, but yeah. Just attack right in the Sook, take the 400, Sook sets itself. Money's on the face down being Secret Barrel. Could be. We're having a big think. I wonder what the draw was here. Of course, you always risk, Oh! Main phase 2 Trunade. We're trying to bait out the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. It's here. Sangan back to the top. What did we draw? And it gets back Mask of Darkness. Yeah. So the Night Assailant loop is gone. As the other one is banished. And of course... Oh, Chain Energy! Okay. We baited out the Wing Blast to play Chain Energy. That's a good card here. Wow. Ghost Rider can get back the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but it's going to cost some life points to do that. And you can't do it this turn. Wow. Flip Summon does not count. You can flip up that Tsukuyomi all you want. Someone earlier said this was a wild game. Raven said it was a wild game. Yeah. This one's been awesome. I think people give Burn a lot of crap. And people give Turbo a lot of crap too, but the interactive play between these decks, like in this matchup specifically, is so intricate and interesting, I think. And I think this game showcases that quite well. All right, Ghost Rider does pay the 500. Opting to not summon the monster, I guess it makes sense. No reason to just attack in for 1100 with Sook, put it back in hand. You're not going to pay 500 to resummon it. But, man, if you flip up the mask and set Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, you go down to 800. And, like, there are so many good draws for Alexander here too, right? Like, Just Desserts pretty much ends the game. Secret Barrel pretty much ends the game. Any burn spell is just insane. Panda is very good here. Exiled Force to take out what you think is going to be Mask of Darkness. A lot of good draws. Yeah, MST would be good here. Heavy Storm is also good. Sanganth. Oh, right. I forgot the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast put Sangan back on top. It feels like that was forever ago. But yeah, we knew Alexander was going to be drawing the Sangan, but I think the point still holds that any burn spell drawn off the top, and there's so many other good cards that could be drawn here. And Sangan's pretty good, right? Oh, there's the Heavy Storm. Okay. Ghost Rider's been freed from Chain Energy. So now we got it. Now you just got to get some pressure going, right? We know about Phoenix Wing Wind Blast in hand. I think at this point that's the only card we know about. Is he running Breaker? I think so. Yeah, there's a Breaker in the list. So Breaker also would have been pretty good there. All right, I mean, Ghost Rider's in a much better position than he was previously, but still a lot of cards off the top for Alexander can be just devastating here. Moth finds Graceful Charity. That's good for Ghost Rider. There's a back row. Do we have another? We do have another Wing Blast. Wow. That card's going back to the top. See where the Graceful Charity takes us. What do we discard? Chaos Monster's good here. to take out the Sangan. Leave Alexander with nothing but a card that was spun back to the top of the deck. We do still have one Sork, one BLS. Breakers hitting the bin. Right? I didn't just miss the BLS, right? We have not seen that this game? We have not. Okay. Oh, and a Phoenix Wing Windblast getting discarded. That one's interesting. We set 2 cards here. What if it's just double Time Seal? That'd be pretty good. Time Seal in this situation is just kind of absurd, right? We know the card that Alexander drew this turn was set last turn. Sangan going to defense. We reset the card. Jar of Greed. Okay, so we're not rocking double Time Seal over there. But Jar of Greed, not bad. Digging to Chaos Monster. Just hoping you can get to that. Take the Sangan out. And hope you can put on enough pressure before Alexander draws into burn spells. We've already seen Secret Barrel, just Secret Barrel and just Desserts. And I guess 2 Nightmare Wheels count as well as the Chain Energy, but there's a lot of burn left in this deck. Keelan coming in with the dab. We can dab on that. Ghost Rider having a big think. If we don't have Sork or BLS in hand, it's kind of unfortunate that both of those are in the bottom 12. We have another Phoenix Wing Windblast, though. We're going to bounce that back row. Man. This deck is... This has been incredibly impressive. Oh, there's the BLS. Okay. Okay, so... We know Alexander's drawing what doesn't appear to be an amazing card. At least it hasn't been activated either time it's been wing blasted. Now it could be something like Magic Cylinder. That's totally possible. And that would be very, very good, obviously. But we will have to see here. BLS going into attack position. Yeah, you gotta start getting in there. Here it comes. Magic Cylinder. No, we're taking 3,000. What is this back row? Don't even bother with the Tsukuyomi. Just pass a turn. One more draw step. What do we have? Secret Barrel is exactly lethal if we draw into it. So oh, someone called that this back row could be Secret Barrel. I think that's been ruled out at this point, though. I'm pretty sure there was a point where Ghost Rider had 4 cards. Exiled Force for BLS? Okay, okay. Yeah, it could be a dead Trunade or something. I don't think it's Trio. I think you would activate that just so that you can get a fresh draw step, right? With the BLS being taken care of, that's the clock out of the way. We know one card in hand is Tsukuyomi, and that's not going to be able to attack here. A back row for Ghost Rider? Do we have pressure? No, we don't. We have a face-down monster. Wow. Wow. Pot of Greed. There we go. We've got some life back for the burn player now. And we go into the tank. Are all of the Phoenix Wing Windblasts gone? I think they are. Yeah, all 3 of them are in the bin. The Mask of Darkness is in the bin. We set 1, and we set a 2. Okay. Yeah, Raven, I think it could have been Secret Barrel back whenever you said that. Oh, MST hits 1 barrel. So that's another big burn spell gone. I'm sure Ghost Rider's very happy to see that. Sork could be some pretty good pressure. The Exiled Force top deck to take out the BLS could have just been massive. Yeah, Alexander only 14 cards into the deck while Ghost Rider's over here with 9 cards left. Moth is pretty huge here. This could help find... Oh, Heavy Storm. Okay. Sure. I'm going to say maybe we grab Graceful Charity, just try to get to some sort of aggro. Just Desserts and Just Desserts. Do we have a walk? No, we're going to a game 3. Okay. Okay. Awesome. This has been a very long match, too. This stream's been going for 49 minutes. What an end. That was awesome. I hope we get a bracket reset. If Alexander wins this game, we get another full match. This is so good. I'm glad the life total discrepancy thing didn't end up mattering for game 1 at all. So anybody watching this back in the future, my apologies once again. Sometimes I miss stuff. Sometimes the players miss stuff. But that's what we got chat here for, right? Chat never misses anything. Chat's 100% correct. Nothing gets by them. So thank you all for thank you all for pointing things out and trying to make things right in the duel. I actually do appreciate that. Can refill your water. Why refill your water when you can drink Pepsi Zero? That I spilled on myself earlier. Good morning, Deso. It is not morning time where I am just yet, but good morning to you anyway. Good morning to everybody else. Good evening, afternoon, good night. Whatever your time zone may be, wherever you may be in the world. Unfortunately, we don't have a sponsor for Big Obelisk just yet. Cherry Pepsi Zero, also good. Also very good. I'm a big fan of the Zero drinks. I remember whenever I found out that Vanilla Coke Zero was a thing, it changed my life. They don't sell it this far south, though. What if instead of second coin toss, it was second coin loss, and you only had 1 nickel instead of 2? All right, game 3 is here. Be right back. Adding Cup of Ace to my deck. I love Cup of Ace. I recently watched part of the progression series with Simo and Gage, where Gage played Exchange of the Spirit FTK with Appropriate and Cup of Ace. This is so good. Keep a 12-pack in your fridge 24/7. Yeah, I'm drinking my last one right now. I need to fix that. But get into the game. Ghost Rider starting on a couple back row and a monster. Alexander leaving the chain energies in. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We're leading on a monster, a couple of back row, and a chain energy. And we do have Time Seal coming out for Ghost Rider here. What's up, Will Lewis? Welcome in to the stream. I mentioned Genesis at the beginning, Sam, just very briefly. I think it's a very cool idea. Breaker comes down for Ghost Rider. This could take out the chain energy, but Alexander's giving it some thought. Maybe we have a way to... Oh, Torrential. Oh, do we have a Sangan face down? No, Big Shield Gardner. Okay. It's a 2-for-2, but oh, we get rid of Mask of Darkness. That's huge. And Breaker? Yeah, I'm ripping off that Torrential any day. Absolutely. Do I ever use the Explorers of Sky soundtrack? No. I mostly just load up the Pokemon stuff for these streams specifically to have some sort of music going. And we get the Mask of Darkness back, so that's pretty good for Ghost Rider. And now we set everything, so like... we didn't get the Mask of Darkness down in time, but the chain energy is not looking great now. So not only did you set Alexander back a turn, with Time Seal, you set Alexander back 2 turns to draw into a dead chain energy. Wow. That's kind of wild. All right. Oh, we've got a Nightmare Wheel. Okay. Lockdown, potentially Mask of Darkness, if that's what it is. Ah, we've got a Dust Tornado for the Nightmare Wheel. Okay, okay. Genesis format hasn't been good since they banned Peter Gabriel and limited Phil Collins to 1 copy. I don't know. I think Phil Collins might be it too. His son's pretty good. That was his name. His name's Zach, I think. Zach Collins. As a drummer, gotta have respect for the great drummers of the world. Panda coming out here for Alexander. We know this last card is Chain Energy, right? Oh, we're gonna rip off the Ooh. That's a pretty hefty loss for Ghost Rider there on that Torrential, but I guess you got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? What are we grabbing with this Sangan? Lily? Lillard could go pretty hard here. All right, a nice, healthy 8,000. Get to play out the chain energy, so Ghost Rider's going to be taking some more damage here. Could also grab something like Morphing Jar or Cyber Jar if you wanted to go that route. Just fuel up on burn spells. It would give Ghost Rider a lot more cards, of course, but usually a Jar resolving is just ridiculous for the win rate of burn. Yeah, it could definitely be an out to chain energy. Or, you know, I mean, it's pretty clear Ghost didn't have another way to deal with Panda. But maybe... Oh, yeah, no light in the graveyard? Yeah, it's gonna be tough here. It's gonna be tough for Ghost Rider, I think. And Alexander given a lot of thought. Stealth Bird! Oh, okay. Okay, I was not expecting to see a Pac-Man monster tonight. Let's go. No play from Ghost Rider. So we could just summon out the bird, attack for 700 and set it. Let's go. Do have to take the 500. There we go. Down to 75. That's A-okay. Ghost Rider down to 58. Got to deal with Stealth Bird and Chain Energy. Wow. There is the Heavy Storm. It's going to cost 500 life points. Do we have a way to deal with the bird? Not right now. Not right now. So, Ghost Rider effectively a 4,300 here. We still don't have a light, though. We'll see if this is a Magician of Faith. That's face down for Ghost Rider. Yep, here comes the Stealth Bird. Moth isn't, like, the best card here in terms of, like, what it can get from the graveyard, because I think it's just Heavy Storm. Yeah. Ooh, it's Night Assailant. Okay. Okay, so Stealth Bird is gone, unfortunately. But as far as we can see right now, no light for Ghost Rider. You love birds so much more than Wave Motion Cannon? I don't know if I can get behind that one. I love me some Wave Motion Cannon. I love me some Stealth Bird too, but... a big Wave Motion Cannon guy. Alright, we just see a back row for Ghost Rider. See what the set monster is for Alexander. Maybe another Stealth Bird? That'd be really good here. Man, if that wasn't... And that's the second Night Assailant too, right? Yeah. If that wasn't the second Night Assailant, Stealth Bird plus Swords would have just been so good. Have a good night, Keeling. Thanks for hanging out. Des Koala. Just summoned on out there in attack position. What is our face down? We're definitely trying to push some damage here, so like I don't hate this play at all. Night Assailant's out of here. Okay. Not flipping the other monster is interesting. Ghost Rider picks up a light. This could be this could be pretty bad for Alexander. There could definitely be a Chaos monster in hand there. Yeah, we have a Sork. Okay. At least it's not the BLS, so you get to keep your face down monster. Where's Machine Gate? Unfortunately, it's not in the finals of this Obelisk, and unfortunately, it's not going to be in the finals of the next Obelisk either. My bracket was me on Machine Gate, one Turbo, one hand disruption, and then 5 Warrior decks. So I had a very bad bracket for Machine Gate, unfortunately. But Alexander picks up a Pot of Greed here, which is quite nice. Oh, it's Lily. Oh, we can clear this Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. Okay, and we do. So Ghost Rider's just on double Thunder Dragon and some back row. Gutzerk says Big Shield Gardener probably, and it's like the exact opposite of Big Shield Gardener. We drew a chaos monster off the top? Wow. That's insane. Good beats. We lose the swords now. Man. Ah, but we draw Graceful Charity. Okay. See what our discards are here. There are definitely some cards that can make it happen pretty quickly from Alexander's side. Like, a Cyber Jar or a Morphing Jar could just end the game if that's what this face down card is here. And a Ghost Rider. No light in the graveyard, but we do have, of course, the one Thunder Dragon in hand. We don't know what that back row is. We know it did not get activated on a Lily attack, so it might not be some sort of protection. All right, we discard a Panda. That makes sense to me. And a Gravity Bind. Okay. Just not interested in stalling with that. We just got a couple of back row. Do we see this monster get flipped? We do not. Okay. All right, it's an MST. So now we're working with perfect information on Ghost Rider. Takes out a knock. That's pretty good for Alexander. At this point, kind of just wanting our burn to go through. All right, just a back row for Ghost Rider. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast could be pretty annoying here. That's what it is. Sork is getting in there. Do we have Big Shield Gardna? We have Ring. That's a big ring. Wow. Winning that 50-50 on the MST there. Massive. What do we draw? Panda. Okay. That's it's a nice 800 attacker. All right. All right. The damage is flowing. We've got another monster. Okay, so it's something with less attack than 1200. That's not surprising. Jar of Greed for Ghost Rider. Did we draw into the BLS here? Back row? No, we didn't. Okay, just a couple of back row. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast for the face down. Oh no, could be... Can we finally see another jar? Stealth Bird would be huge here. Let's get more birds in chat. True Nade! I think we got it. I think we're going to have a bracket reset. Jar of Greed. And Ring. We're going to have a bracket reset. This monster has to have... I guess it could be Big Shield Gardna. We'll see. Flip it. Flip it. Flip it. If there's just a... It's... Oh, it's Cyber Jar! That was not a good hit. No. There's an Ojama Trio. Okay. I completely missed the Ojama Trio, and I'm like, oh no, that's awful. I guess Ghost Rider would never be able to play another monster, right? So that wouldn't even be that bad? Okay, well. Alright, looks like Alexander has this. Especially with double Just Desserts. Play around, walk. Yeah, we should be out of here. You can even wait, right? If you want to. You don't have to shotgun it on Ghost Rider's turn. But... Yep. Ghost Rider just gonna go ahead and admit defeat. Not take up any more time here. The rematch has been offered. We have a bracket reset. We're gonna get another one. Wow. After that first game, I was like, this looks awful for burn, but holy crap. All right, so it looks like they're hosting again. What a great match. That was That was awesome. Shout out to Petty for going to sleep and not watching this. Yeah, match 1 took a whole hour. Gotta love untimed rounds, right? Ghost Rider was gonna report, and then they'll host up, and we'll be good to go here for our second match. Hopefully, it's just as good as that last one, man. That game too, especially. All right. We are here. All right, fair is fair. Alexander got to go first in the last match. Ghost Rider winning RPS in this one. I think that was my video looping back over again. No, just had an abrupt stop. That was weird. Huh. Okay, whatever. Couple of back row and a monster for Ghost Rider. One thing that I like about adding the time seals into the deck here is you can set a lot more. Like, everything is chainable. I know Turbo already has a lot of chainable back row, but now it has even more. Pot Graceful, pretty good. Pretty good for the burn player. Ghost Rider acknowledging with a whelp. Can they switch here? No. Decks are locked in for the entirety of the Obelisk bracket. Right. Got rid of Gigante Rat and a level limit area B. Makes sense. Rat not at its best here. Level limit also not at its best here, but it's fine. Exiled Force. All right. Hoping that's not a Sangan from Alexander's standpoint, and it sure is. So, Ghost Rider picking back up a plus there. There's the Mask of Darkness. One more? Can we set 5? No, we just set the 4. Okay. Rip off the Ogeometry so again, probably a Just Desserts back there somewhere. Ghost Rider just gonna rip off some Jar of Greeds. And an Upstart, yep. Draw all of the cards all of the time. And there's the Heavy Storm. How many are we chaining? Probably all 3. Barrel, Desserts, and... oh, we're not chaining the other one. All right. We deal 3,500, though. It's a Nightmare Wheel. Okay, that makes sense. So, I mean, you get value out of your 2 cards. Heavy's... You minus yourself on the burn spells, but you get your value. So Heavy's kind of like a 1-for-1 if you want to look at it that way. So, that makes sense. 4,500. Alexander didn't play any other cards last turn. We only know about Mask of Darkness from Ghost Rider's side. I believe. He didn't sneak in a Thunder Dragon, right? No. Tribe coming down's pretty good for Ghost Rider. Take another 900, but especially if we have a Chaos Sorcerer to go along with it, just a deal. Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah. I say discarding the BLS kind of made me think we're just going Chaos Sorcerer, getting the damage in here. I like this. Put the pressure on early. You're at 3,600. It's fine. If Alexander had more Secret Barrels or Just Desserts, probably would have played them out, so... But, okay. Level limit can lock things down for a little bit. Is Alex on Snatch? I don't think we've seen it yet. I'm not privy to the full deck list. Whenever I was talking about Ghost Rider's list, I was purely going off of the winning list from FLC 38, so I don't have full information. Snatch probably not in the main. If I had to guess, if it's in the 55. Level limit into face down monster could potentially be very good here. Ghost Rider hasn't shown any Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but could be time. Breaker coming on down. Okay. We got that torrential again. All right. Yeah, Breaker takes care of the level limit. Can we flip Cyberjar? Gravity Bind. We can flip that. Okay. That works just as well. Heavy and Breaker both gone. So MST, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, of course. Sork to take out Breaker. I like that play a lot. It's not doing anything. Sitting there, so let's make Just Desserts a little worse if it comes off the top. Just passing the turn, okay. There are all kinds of cards for Alexander that can help get back into this. Of course, Morphing Jar, Cyber Jar are both very good at that. Or, I mean, if this Gravity Bind is just allowed to stick, that could be really good. We're also threatening, you know, pretty decent damage with a Dez Koala soon. Ceasefire. Even Just Desserts deals 1,500 now. It's totally fine. So if that is Mask of Darkness, what do we get back here? Just Jar of Greed? Unless we have a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast now. I don't think the old set here in the middle behind Chaos Sorcerer is one. Because I think that would have spun the monster. I could be wrong about that. It also probably would have spun the Gravity Bind. Ooh, Nightmare Whale for Chaos Sorcerer, not the face down. Interesting. So we're dealing 500 here. That's interesting. There are ways to get rid of Sork face up. It's probably something I'm missing in my head that I just can't I just can't think of, but Pro set Lily. Get Ghost Rider to 31. Lily does 18 over Tribe. Panda. Okay. Sure, that makes sense. We attack over this mask for 19, but yeah, we just get rid of... yeah, let's get rid of the tribe first. That makes sense. Interesting, though. I guess, like, the Mask of Darkness isn't that big of a deal, but... Huh. I get it. This allows you to make multiple attacks with Panda. Yeah. I understand the play, it's just, at first, it just broke my brain. Rider had Sook in main deck. Game 1? Yeah. But, like, if you target the face down monster, then Ghost Rider can't flip that, can't get rid of it with Chaos Sorcerer or Tribe, and can't interact with it with Tsukuyomi. So... just another monster. Okay. Cool. Why does everybody like the Gen 3 Surf theme? Because Gen 3 is the GOAT. Actually, Gen 2 is my favorite gen, but Pokemon Emerald is my favorite Pokemon game. Though this is actually not just the Surf theme. It's going to change. This actually, this video playlist thing actually goes through multiple generations, so... Dive theme is good too. Everything in Gen 3 is good. What game is it? This is game 1 of match 2. Alright, Panda out of here. Which means Ghost Rider is going to have to take another 500, presumably, from the Nightmare Wheel, but we do see a Time Seal come down. Yeah, we did have a bracket reset. Mask of Darkness probably picking up Time Seal again. Could pick up Jar of Greed. It's kind of... do you want to take cards away from your opponent, or do you want to draw cards yourself? All right, we are going to pick up the Time Seal. Sure. And we set a monster. Okay. If that's a Moth, things can get pretty bad. But we'll see. Maybe we flip up Cyberjar here. Kind of has to find a Vine answer. Yeah. Oh, there is the Cyberjar. Okay. Okay, things look awful for Ghost Rider. Now, it was the Moth. All right. That's pretty good. Not amazing. I mean, Ghost Rider picks up Pot Graceful, but... eh... eh... Yeah, we got Secret Barrel just desserts. We're out of here. We are out of here. It is Jover. Get to set Des Koala for good measure, and what? BLS is gone, right? Yeah, BLS sure is gone. Nice Time Seal. I like this. Just set everything. We know, like, this back row has not been flipped at all. It's just been, it's been sitting there for a long time, and this one is presumably Time Seal. There we go. Set, pass. Enjoy, Ghost Rider. Drawn up to... what's for it? Yeah, activate the Time Seal here. Make the Secret Barrel a little less good. Just gonna rip it off for 16. Sure. This is game 1. And yeah, no Raigeki breaks in Ghost Rider's list, and Phoenix Wing Windblast can only target opponents' cards. So I think this Just Desserts is going to get us there. Pot of Greed, you got it. That turn made Seal look really bad, but if if you want to rewatch the first match, Seal looked pretty good. Seal, the combination of Seal and Phoenix Wing Windblast, man, just went hard. Now we're gonna flip the Just Desserts, sure. Ghost Rider actually won game 1 of the first match, which is kind of wild. But here we are, game 2. Alexander 1 win away. I'm taking down a World's Invite here. I haven't mentioned any of that for some reason. I had it like actually like written down to mention that. Look, it's late. I'm tired. I don't sleep anymore. Ignore the fact that I said I took a nap earlier. Ghost Rider, of course, won FLC 38. So Ghost Rider already has an invite. Alexander, from what I could tell, looking at the spreadsheet, does not have an invite this season. So if Alexander is able to take it down here with Panda Burn, that will be an invite given out to the Goat Format World Championship, which is coming up next month. We are already there. Ghost Rider starting on duo is pretty good here. We hit a Secret Barrel. It's a good one. Gravity Bind out of here as well. Okay. All right. Alexander got to start on Pot Graceful. Ghost Rider gets to start on Duo Graceful. That's fair. That's fair. See what we discard. We do get rid of a Jar of Greed. Okay. Double Jog. Okay. And there's the Thunder Dragon. Okay. So going in on the Graceful Charity, not waiting for Thunder Dragon, Serpent, or Night Assailant. So we know 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. I don't hate it. Just get yourself set up. And I don't know what's in Ghost Rider's hand. I'm not saying that was an incorrect play or anything. Just mentioning what happened. Here comes Panda. And we have a knock too. Okay. What are we getting rid of? Tsukuyomi. All right, well, we're not going to have any mask loops here. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that yet tonight. There is still a possibility of a game 3 to make that happen. We just have a naked Panda out here. But 2 cards in Ghost Rider's hand are Thunder Dragons. You have to imagine Ghost Rider is favored from this position, but we'll see. Just setting a back row is not ideal, that's for sure. But Ring of Destruction, okay. They're just taking out the Panda. Yes, Evan, unfortunately. You know I like my lockdown strategies. I want to see someone never draw again for the rest of the game. Nock taking out Koala. That's pretty good. And we have multiple Koalas. I love this card. Koala's such a cool card. I think it's quite underrated too. Pot of Greed, a great pickup here. When is Pot of Greed not a great pickup? Take a look at Ghost Graveyard. Yeah, Mask of Darkness and Moth, both very good here, but what are you going to do about it? We're going to attack it with a Panda? That's what we're going to do about it. It's Night Assailant. Okay, okay. Well, that's much less bad for Alexander. Still maybe not a whole lot going on, though. Another back row. Just gonna double check. Still 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. Still 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. All right. We have some pressure. Can we finally see that magic cylinder? No. Cylinder ring? That would have gone hard. Yeah, only Ghost Rider's ring is gone here. I hope he drops Chain Energy again. Yeah. Ah, we've got to face down monsters. Cyberjar back. Better tribute off that Chaos Sorcerer for Thunder Dragon, so whenever you attack into the Morphing Jar, you don't lose as many cards in your hand. Big brain. Here's the attack. What do we have? Big Shield Gardener. That'll do it. Do you see a face down for Ghost Rider? Pretty much any face down is just going to be scary for Alexander at this point because Magician of Faith is just unreal now. Getting back that Graceful Charity. But maybe we're building up some burn back here. Ghost Rider is a 43. Plays out another monster, chain together some Just Desserts. Ceasefire would be pretty good. Ceasefire would actually be really good here, I think. If that is a Moth, that is one way to take care of it. Deal a whole bunch of damage, especially if we drew another monster that we can set. Oh. We have Just Desserts Ojometrio here? Okay, down to 1800. What did we draw? Is it Panda? I think there may be some lag going on. If I was going to throw a level 3 into Reasoning Gate deck, would it be Panda? No, it would actually be Des Wombat in the side. I've done that before. So has... not my idea. I've done it before, but I got it from Matt Uber. Wow, did we draw another burn spell? Dust Tornado? Oh, just swords. Okay, so we baited out a dust. Interesting. Okay. So, Ghost Rider's locked, but, like, not a hard lock. There's a Chaos Sorcerer there. But I guess if... So, it's a weird situation. If Sork uses its effect to clear an Ojama token, then it can't clear the Big Shield Gardener. All right. This is awesome. Oh, there's the Moth. Okay. Okay, so now we've definitely got a game. We can grab the Graceful Charity back. We think. It's gotta be graceful, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, I've also played with a Kinetic Soldier in Machine Gate as well on the side. Not a huge fan of that, but it is a thing that happens from time to time. And Cyberjar. I played with Cyberjar as well. Matt Uber also plays with Cyberjar and Sangan, actually, in some of the RGT builds. There are all kinds of level 3s that get played in RGT, now that I really think about it. Take a look at these discards again. Yeah, just the 2 Thunder Dragons. No Dark in the graveyard, but we do get rid of the big shield. And we've got 4 fresh cards over there. We just set 1. It's maybe a little bricked on monsters. We do have a back row. Does Ghost Rider have anything to say about it? Yeah, there is a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Okay. We discarded Upstart Goblin. Didn't want to give any more life. That makes sense to me. Ooh. Not having the Thunder Dragon here to tribute this Moth is kind of... That's not 0. Can we find something to punch through this last 1800 here? We set a back row. Do we have anything, Ghost Rider? We have another Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. It's not over, though. This is only 2600. And Ring will not end the game. Well, it'll end the game, but it'll end in a draw. Time Seal! Where's Morp? Morp, get back over here and tell me if Time Seal looks good. Wow. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Time Seal. This is gross. You hate Chimera Tech ruining your machine decks in Edison? Might I interest you in a deck that does not care about Cyber Dragon or Chimera Tech Forester's Dragon at all? Might I interest you in the way of Substitute? That was a great game. We get one more game to see if we are going to have a new invite to the Go Format World Championship. We have Time Seal Chaos Turbo. We have Panda Burn with Stealth Bird. I'm a fan of both of these. You've been brewing Wetlands Frogs? That's the way. I love Wetlands. Popped in late. Alexander is on Panda Burn. Welcome in. I didn't expect for us to be here this long, even if we had a bracket reset, but been some really good back and forth games. All right. Game 3 is here. Alexander gets to go first. It's very nice if you're the Burn player to get a nice little turn 1 setup, especially if there's a chain energy involved. Set number 1. Set number 2. That's it. Okay. Just a couple of sets. It's interesting. I think my favorite part of this entire match is there has not been a single trap dust shoot. Ghost Rider picking up the turn 1 Thunder Dragon, though. Pretty good. Upstart Goblin. Okay. I believe the last time we saw this, there was a Graceful Charity involved right after. And it's going to happen again. All right. Very good start for Ghost Rider. And we are just going to pitch those Thunder Dragons onto the graveyard. And we're going to set a bunch. Okay, we have a Nightmare Wheel. That's at least something here. We didn't... Leaving 4 cards in hand is interesting. It's also, like, kind of scary from Alexander's side of things. Is like, normally you see your opponent set 3 cards, and you're like, okay, I'm good to set some more cards because they're not going to Heavy Storm, but Ghost Rider can easily just go Jar of Greed, Time Seal, Heavy Storm. So you have to be aware of the fact that Heavy Storm can be looming even if Ghost Rider has almost a full back row. I'm selling myself more and more on this deck. Now that I'm burnt out on playing Machine Gate after an entire season. Maybe time to go back to interacting a little bit. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Catburn recently. Maybe I'll just stick with that. We're having a big think over here. Oh, here comes Giant Trunade. Okay. This could lead to something powerful. Maybe we drew a Chain Energy. Here's Jar of Greed. Ojama Trio, okay. That's powerful. MST, the Nightmare Wheel. Okay, so Ghost Rider gets some Ojama tokens. And I guess we could also just have Panda here, right? That opens up for a pretty big attack. Maybe we have like multiple Just Desserts or something. We want to make sure those get through an MST or a Dust Tornado. We're definitely doing something here. We don't just play the Giant Trunade for nothing. Yeah, Panda makes sense. Do we attack the goat? Or the trio? Yep. So that's going to be a nice 2,100 off of Ghost Rider's life points. Getting back the Nightmare Wheel would have been pretty good, but also seeing the MST go is kind of fine, right? Yeah, 2,100 total, 18 from the piercing. Okay, Ghost Rider down to 5,400. Oh, we have Knock for the face down. Okay. Gets the Moths out of there. All 3 of them. It's a really good knock. Ghost Rider's still with 5 cards in hand, though. Gonna be going up to 6 on the draw. If there's ever a time for Chain Energy, it is right here. Face down and... anything else? No. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the graveyard. We do have the 3 Thunder Dragons, so we have our light already in the graveyard, but no dark just yet, so we're not concerned with a Soric or a BLS coming down and just getting rid of this Panda or any of the tokens. Just a single back row from Ghost Rider. Okay. Let's take a look here. Yep. If we could play Soul Release right here, get rid of those Thunder Dragons, Ghost Rider's only light in the deck would be BLS. Presumably. No attack. All right. We are sitting back on this Panda. We may have a Just Desserts or a Secret Barrel that we want to power up a little bit. Maybe try to get some extra value, some extra damage, and then start attacking. Could be worried about potential side-in of Mirror Force. I don't remember if that was in... I can check. The cool thing about the internet is you can just check to see where things are. Yeah, there was a Mirror Force in the side. As well as Saku's, so... Sure. Ghost Rider having a think here. Again, just like I mentioned in the first match, if you give the Panda Burn deck time, it's pretty good for them. Drawing more burn spells, all that stuff. Here comes Breaker. Okay, that can't attack over the Panda. See if it hits a chainable here, or if it hits something like a face-down gravity bind. Maybe another Nightmare Wheel. It is just desserts. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh. We're gonna ring the Breaker? That's 2,600 damage. That gets a Dark into the grave. Okay, that's why. I was like, that's a lot. But getting the Dark, okay, so maybe we're seeing BLS come down here? I don't know, Raven. I'm a big fan of clicking buttons combo. I love combo decks. We have not seen Ring from Alexander. Would be really good, of course. Man, putting yourself to 2,800 has got to feel not great, but... Asking for Pariah. Thinking about it. Okay. Let's see here. I imagine if we're making this play that we're attacking. But okay, activating Pariah. We're gonna respect the back row. Panda is out of here. Could have an answer to the back row in hand. There could be like a Dust Tornado or Phoenix Wing Wind Blast there. Maybe playing around the Magic Cylinder. Let's see. Exile Force again for the BLS. Wow. That's so good. Is this a tournament that I'm in? No. No, I'm just commentating the finals tonight. BLS is out of here. No Darks in the grave once again. So, wow. Watch him ask for Prio and it ends up being Cylinder. Yeah, the amount of posturing. Pot of Greed, that's a good one for Ghost Rider here. We've got another back row, no pressure. Wow. We're sitting at 2,800. We're giving the burn deck just more turns with no pressure. And face down monster, this could be good. I don't think we've seen Knock. Yeah, we haven't seen Knock from Ghost Rider yet, so that's still in play. And we're 21 cards deep. Mathematically likely to see it. But we do see another monster from Ghost Rider, but it's face down this time. Got another back row. You will chain energy to the top of the deck? Yeah. Chain energy would be pretty good here. we're just kind of, I don't know. We're just kind of sitting here. It's been a lot of draw go. Here's another back row. All right, Alexander's setting everything here. Dust Tornado's going to pop one of them. What are we hitting? Level limit. That's not the one you want to hit. So maybe we protected a burn spell there. Ghost Rider potentially has missed 2 crucial 50/50s. Jar of Greed to dig a little deeper. 2,800, man. That is in the uncomfortable zone, at least for me. There are 0 secret barrels that have been played. Whew. Secret barrel's currently doing a nice chunk of 1,800. Still have 2 Just Desserts looming somewhere as well. Ceasefire. There's a barrel. That's doing 1,800. We're ripping it off now. And Just Desserts is the last set. Do we have a winner? We do have a winner. Alexander coming in, getting the bracket reset against Ghost Rider after losing game 1 against Turbo, and then taking down the second match. What a finals. So we are going to have a new invite to the Go Format World Championship. Alexander, congratulations on the win. We will be seeing you next month at GOAT Worlds. Catch up on chat here a little bit. These games were sick. I like this Ghost Rider deck a lot. We didn't really get to see like the power in it here. Of course, the Moths got knocked. We didn't see the Mask of Darkness or the Time Seals or any of that here in this game 3. But man, the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, those look awesome. The Time Seals look awesome. I like Mask of Darkness too. I may have to give this a go. But yeah, happy to see Burn take down a tournament. That's always fun. I'm a Burn fan, of course, myself. So once again, congratulations to Alexander for getting the bracket reset, taking down this tournament, getting the invite to the Go Format World Championship. But that's going to be our stream. It's late here. I'm sure it's late for a lot of you others who may or may not be in the Eastern time zone in the US. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully we'll be able to do several more of these. Maybe get some more streams going. I am no longer a part of GOAT Format staff, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any streaming on the official channel unless they ask me to. I don't know, not opposed to it. But we might be getting some more streams as far as commentating tournaments going on this channel. I like it. It's a fun time. But that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world.